Blessed be everybody, it's time for another series of weekly tarot forecasts, and we are talking all about the week starting May 28th, 2023. Just a quick reminder, I've also recently put up two different versions of June's monthly astrological forecast. We've got more of a basic rundown here on SonofSelene, and you can check that out. And if you're looking for something a bit more in-depth, covering more special dates and important aspects, head on over to the Integrative Mysticism YouTube channel. That's kind of a bit more, again, more thorough, an examination of all kinds of big themes that are going on there. You should check out that channel anyway, because it'll definitely give you a lot more info on all other corners of the spiritual, mystical, and the magical, which that's what I call home. That's what I mean to say. That's what I call home. So before we begin with our read of the week's main card, I want to announce this last week's winner of our giveaway. Remember, we do a giveaway every week for a free 15-minute video report from me, astrology and tarot, and all you've got to do is leave a comment in the down bar below, including your sun sign and your moon sign. Make sure that you're saying sun and moon so the digital comment picker knows to add you to the pool, and then you are eligible to win a free reading from me. And this last week's reader is Sharada. So congratulations, Sharada. I have already reached out to you on your comment, and so make sure that you're following the instructions that I gave you in order to get a hold of me so that you can redeem your prize and I can get your reading to you as soon as possible. All right, so congratulations again, Sharada. You are this last week's winner, and for anyone who wants to enter into the drawing, again, just comment in the down bar below and make sure you specify sun and moon so I can let my comment picker pick you out. So what's going on when it comes to our card of the week, right? The primary background energy that is affecting each and all of us, in addition to the more specific readings you might be looking at as you are, looking at whatever sign you're going to be checking out as you navigate the down bar below, chapter by chapter. Well, this week's card is the Nine of Cups upright, one of the best cards in the deck. It is all about the manifestation of our deepest wishes, desires, anticipations, and dreams. With the Nine of Cups, it's all about satisfaction, contentment, happiness, and accomplishment. And it's really important to keep in mind that with the Nine of Cups, there can also be a message of, here is what you've been working for. This is the dream that you've been trying to manifest or physicalize into your reality. Now it's time to make sure that we can have enough room for it, right? Adjust course for it. Make sure that it has a good home in our reality, or we are ready to up and jump to make a home in the reality of our wish. And so throughout the course of this week, there are going to be a lot of beautiful turnarounds for everybody, especially when it comes to payoffs for hard work, payoffs for where we have been investing our time, our energy, our resources. In fact, the Nine of Cups can indicate a sudden win that is maybe even answering a deficit or a lack. But you want to make sure that you are ready to either get on the move, make some room, make some adjustments, because with the Nine of Cups, it is a game changer, right? It is a space changer, it's a world changer, and you really do get to see the truth about what you've been manifesting with what you've been doing this whole time, and what it takes to be able to keep that, have that, and grow it. And so each and all of us are going to be seeing this show up in all kinds of little ways and big ways throughout the course of this week. So with all of that said, let's talk about what's going on with each individual sign. And don't forget the way that I charge and prepare my deck. As you can tell just by looking at the backgrounds of these cards, obviously I am very in-depth when it comes to magic and my spiritual practice, and you'll see that a lot if you are interested in the Integrative Mysticism YouTube channel. And the way I set up my weekly tarot forecasts is that you can look at more than one clip and get more information. So your rising sign is going to be giving you additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign forecast is showing up. And your moon sign is showing you the less prominent, albeit still significant, side story that's also playing out throughout the course of the week. And so if you are, checking those out and you understand that, you can follow along with that, you're going to have a lot more of a rich general forecast, than just watching your sun sign. So with all of that said, let's get on and see what's going on with each individual sign anyway. Hey there, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot for the week of May 28th. And this week, your big spiritual theme or your big focus is the Five of Pentacles upright. And this is going to be a week where you are going to be presented with a lot of solutions to long-standing problems, voids, deficits, or lacking or empty spaces in your life, but it is going to compel you, or at least try to convince you to move away from strategies, narratives, or timelines that you have maybe set for yourself with a lot of different goals and a lot of different agendas you've been working on. The Five of Pentacles can often show up where we need to change our strategies in certain places, how certain stories or expectations are not going to play out according to the way we've coordinated them. And we need to be ready to accept some kind of alternative in order to get out of maybe a stuck space or a space of lack, deficit, or uncomfortable vulnerability or suffering. And you could see that in the Five of Pentacles as well, right? We do have the two out in the cold, right? There is lack, there is suffering, there is, all of that going on. But if they only went into the building behind them, right, adjusted their course, adjusted their strategy, they would be well taken care of. And you're going to see where a lot of projects, pursuits, and again, stories that maybe you've been a part of in recent history going through this experience. Other people might not be so open-minded. Other people, can sometimes, they get very attached. They got to stick to their script. They got to stick to their little to-do list. They got to stick to what they wrote down on paper because weakness. Don't let that be you. Get ready to adapt for better goods or higher goods when it comes to these situations. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you've got the Seven of Cups upright. And there are going to be a lot of forks in the road showing up here. The Seven of Cups can sometimes show up where, we might be actually getting a lot of offers, a lot of suggestions, maybe even a lot of propositions in both financial and professional matters. And we want to take some time this week to really flesh them out because some of these are golden. Some of these are beautiful wins, beautiful upgrades and updates for you. Some of them may just be superficial and, all talk, no substance whatsoever. And we are going to need to give ourselves time to discern. But we also, again, don't want to make the mistake of the Five of Pentacles and just block them out and stay tunnel visioned and focus on what we've been doing and how we've been the whole time. That would be stupid. With the Seven of Cups, this is going to be a week where I would urge you to see what's coming in as far as offers, propositions, suggestions, and again, these different paths, but make sure that you're not really settling on any kind of big decisions until maybe closer to middle towards the end of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That way you'll have a chance to discern and see what's going on. Again, some of these are golden opportunities and should not be ignored or turned away or, again, just missed out on. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Queen of Cups reversed. And this week, you may end up in a conflict that has maybe been going on for some time in your social life. The Queen of Cups reversed can often show up where somebody has been either using us or taking advantage of us. This is the card of the parasite, right? The energy vampire, the psychic vampire, the emotional vampire, the person who, even though they appear to be frail and weak and needy, seems to be having a lot of puppet strings and seems to be able to, again, steal energy and resources from others, kind of a leech in that sense. And you may be confronting a situation where somebody like this has been either creating problems for you personally or creating problems in a group or for an important friend or family member or relative. And this is all about bringing that situation to a head. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the Seven of Wands reversed. Makes sense? choose your battles and choose your battles well. Make sure that we are not resisting good things out of a fear of an alteration of course. Sometimes the Seven of Wands reverse can caution us against trying to take a defensive stance or block something that could be good for us just because it's not relatable or it's not familiar, right? That is a huge mistake I see a lot of people make. Oh, it doesn't resonate. And it's like, you're using that word wrong. You just don't relate to it. That's not the same damn thing. Make sure you don't end up there, because with the Seven of Wands reversed, we could be blocking good things if we're not careful. That being said, on the flip side, make sure that you're not also allowing negative things to persist, right? Don't stick to the wrong guns. Don't let yourself get leeched off of by the Queen of Cups reversed, and don't stay out in the cold with the Five of Pentacles. When it comes to love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Page of Cups upright. And this week, love seems to be where it's at as far as staying away from all of the confusion and chaos of the other cards. In fact, with the Page of Cups, there is some kind of very important gift or gesture or favor being done on your behalf by a partner or a romantic interest, or maybe a partner potential to be, right? Somebody maybe giving this gift or making this gesture, doing this favor as a way to court you if you are a single or an available Aries. This is also a time with the Page of Cups where a lot of you are going to be enjoying a bit more of a sweet nothings, puppy love kind of week with partners and partners-to-be. And you definitely want to let this be your sanctuary, especially as we go through on into the beginning of June. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot forecast for the week starting May 28th, 2023. And this week, your big spiritual theme, your big focus is the King of Swords upright. And with the King of Swords, this is a week that is all about solutions as well as tackling issues that have become norms and settling them for good. The King of Swords always shows up where a lot of new rules, a lot of new boundaries, as well as a lot of new organization is kind of coming into your world in order to correct and perfect anything that has been askew. This is also a time where a lot of situations that may have been operating with the wrong resources, the wrong information, or the wrong impressions are going through a correction process. Sometimes the King of Swords upright can show up where things are happening maybe in more direct and maybe less gentle touch ways than you would have done yourself or appreciated yourself, but this is about whipping the world into shape around you. And a lot of the stuff that the King of Swords is bringing to the table is going to be obvious when it's working in your favor, though you might not like how it's coming about. And a lot of it's going to be in your favor in the long run, you know, as we go through on into the month of June. So make sure that you're keeping an open mind and you're not getting in the way of people or situations that are helping you out. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you have the Tower card reversed. And you're going to be finding out about something going on, not necessarily to you or within your personal bubble, but outside of you and your personal bubble that is going through a bit of a catastrophic or calamitous shift. The Tower card reverse can show up where something just outside of our immediate environment is going through its own kind of end of an era, right? Again, it could be catastrophic, it could be sudden, it's likely going to be something no one can do to prevent. This can be a major shift going on in our industry, big news about somebody getting fired or something collapsing in another part of the office, possibly something going on also in another corner of our world. And with the Tower card reversed, you are going to need to be ready to step up for the situation that is presenting afterwards. Sometimes this can show up where we see a new story getting underway right away. This could be a collapse or an ending that is also ending a period of unpleasantness or suffering for you or those around you, either at work or in your home and family. This could be a climactic end to a long-term struggle. However, with the Tower card reverse, remember, it's not necessarily happening to you, but you will have to be there for the aftermath and whatever happens in that aftermath. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Eight of Wands reversed, and it looks like there is going to be some kind of change of course to a situation that has maybe gone too far in the wrong direction or gone too fast down the wrong road or just too fast in general. This could be with a project you're working on, or this could be something that is happening in a friend, an ally, or a relative's life, and they may need some help in rearranging things, kind of getting back on the right course. You may also find out about something that you are closely tied to that could be getting away from you or getting away from another person that is helping you work on it because things have been moving too fast. Luckily, with that King of Swords, this will have its chance to go through a correction. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the Hanged Man upright. Pay attention to where sometimes you do need to take a step back and let situations develop before you get fully engaged, right? The Hangman is all about taking a breath, stepping back, staying on the fence for a little bit longer, going into the chrysalis phase, letting things kind of go through a metamorphosis before any action is taken. Sometimes we do have to see how the Tower card reversed plays out before we make our next move. Sometimes we need to wait and see, okay, what has gone wrong with the Eight of Wands reversed before we immediately go and fix it. Sometimes the Hangman upright can also indicate that there could be something going on where you need to not engage until you get a green light. And that green light will probably come towards the end of the week. So just make sure that you are not doing anything prematurely when it comes to reacting to any kind of new developments this week. When it comes to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Four of Swords reversed. And there may be some kind of overnight news or overnight shift going on in your love life this week. This could be a big shift going on in a partner's world. They might be having to immediately take on something. They may be going through an overnight shift as in a situation regarding their family or their friendships. Or there may be something going on where there's an overnight change in their job situation. This can be good. I've seen this show up for really, really good things, but it can be stressful blessings that come out in this kind of situation. And we may feel like our relationship is in a situation where we only see each other so much, and we're kind of having to squirrel away time to be able to get together and do things together just because of the sort of sense of urgency around everything else. For those of you who are single or are available to new people, the Four of Swords reverse can indicate here that there is a new relationship opportunity starting to get crystallized here, but we want to be careful about things going into urgent away or going too fast or having the stakes be way too high, because we may end up having to start over because there could be some stumbles if we rush something that needs to be taken care of in a delicate, sensible way, all right? And same thing for anything you might be sharing as a project or pursuit with a partner if you're coupled or married. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot for the week starting May 28th. And this week, for your big spiritual theme or your big focus, you have the Six of Cups reversed. And with the Six of Cups reversed, this is all about purging the past. This is all about letting go of things from the past that have lingered for far too long, to the point where they have maybe been keeping us going in circles or keeping us in a situation where they are precluding or blocking new opportunities, whether it's new things for us to go out and embark upon, or maybe stopping us from being able to get out of some kind of rut. However, with the Six of Cups reversed, this can also be a really good week for cleaning your personal slate, whether it's a financial slate, a social slate, a spiritual slate, all of the above. Just make sure that you are willing and able to release familiar patterns and maybe even familiar faces and spaces as we step forward here, because this is all about bringing you into the new, so to speak. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you've got the Four of Wands upright, which is all about a breakthrough, a graduation, setting up for a new level of consistent harmony and consistent prosperity. The Four of Wands, I always teach, is the card of celebration. And this could be news that is coming directly to you with a project you're involved in, maybe hitting some kind of pay dirt, or maybe even getting offered a really cool new role or opportunity. Or this could be great news coming through an associate, an ally, a friend, or a relative with regards to something that you are deeply invested in, maturing and becoming all the more substantial and lucrative and prosperous. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Ten of Pentacles reversed. And there is a bit of a heads up here when it comes to a transition that is not happening this week, but it will happen within the next couple of months. The Ten of Pentacles reversed is all about preparation for some kind of big move. And this could be something going on with you personally if you are tightly involved in the situation, or you might just be getting this heads up about something going on with a friend, a relative, a partner, or whatever's going on in your community outside of your immediate self. With the Ten of Pentacles reversed, there could often be a bonus or some kind of gift or, opportunity to prepare for this transition, make it all the more easy, all the more comfortable. But you are going to need to, be ready. The landscape of your world is about to go through a bit of a shift. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the King of Pentacles reversed. Be careful this week about selling your soul for money, essentially, or for status. The King of Pentacles reversed is all about the opportunity for wealth, prosperity, and abundance. It's a very successful card, even when reversed, but there can be an attachment to greed, status, shallow and superficial things, or maybe even becoming too competitive or accidentally trying to overstay a winning streak, and possibly losing because of that. Be careful of anyone or any kind of tendencies in situations around you, or maybe temptations within yourself to sell yourself or your soul or something you care about for money. And don't let anyone control you when it comes to the promises of money, right? Because sometimes the King of Pentacles reversed can be a whore. And don't take that personally. I called all of us Virgos out for making sure that we don't go for that, because we got this last week as well. So there you go. When it comes to relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Magician reversed. And the Magician reversed is all about something that has been manipulating or controlling or derailing something, either because they have been faking who they are, what they're all about, what they believe in, and their, and their presence in your world, or they are attempting to control, manipulate, or dominate or subjugate something in your world. With the Magician card reversed, there is a need to be careful, especially when it comes to who is really here for us, who do we really connect to, who is, who is being authentic and who is not, essentially. You and a partner may have to confront a situation where this has been going on. Sometimes this can happen where we may be working with somebody, or we may be communicating with somebody, or somebody has been brought into the inner circle, or somebody has been occupying our space for a long time, and it may be revealed that they have been a manipulator, or they have been doing X, Y, and Z the whole time. This can also indicate a need to correct something that was done to manipulate a situation into being back in the past, and the true manipulator will be revealed. For those of you who are single or available to new people, this can indicate a need to be careful. While this isn't saying love is off the table this week, there may be something going on where you may have to choose between somebody who has already proven they are true blue and somebody who just knows how to look relatable and fabricate an illusion of authenticity on the outside. And you're going to need to be able to know the difference, right? That's going to be up to you to discern. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what's going on when it comes to your weekly tarot forecast for the week starting May 28th. And this week, your big spiritual theme, your big focus is the King of Cups reversed. And so this is a week we're going to be confronting areas of our life or situations that have been orbiting or under the control of broken people, unhealthy situations, things that have basically been forced to stay in an unhealthy way or in a damaged way or in an unsecured way because of sickness, essentially, in that space, right? Situations that have become maybe lacking or downtrod or suffering because they have been forced to abide by something dysfunctional, disharmonious, out of balance, or unstable. Because the King of Cups reversed tends to do that. You know, the King of Cups reversed can sometimes become sort of the gravity well that forces everything to sort of orbit around itself, even though it's something extremely unhealthy or damaging. And throughout the course of this week, we are going to be purging that influence from all kinds of different corners of our world. When it comes to material circumstances, work, job, finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you've got the Fool reversed. And it looks like there is going to be some kind of new door opening, a new proposition, or a new beginning that is going to be put on the table for you. But you need to make sure that you're finding a harmonious and objective way of looking at the situation. Because the Fool card reversed can sometimes show up as a warning where we don't want to rush into anything headlong. We want to know what we're doing. We want to know where we're going. You know, we don't want to be haphazard and then, you know, like gaslight ourselves and call it intuitive. I hate those people. We want to make sure that we are paying close attention and being responsible, but we also don't want to block new things just because we might be afraid of them. We might not have experience with them, or they may take us out of our comfort zone. The Fool card reversed can indicate something that could be really, really good, but it's an opportunity we don't want to miss. And so this could be new money, this could be a new job. It might need some to be worked out as far as some kinks are concerned, and even if you, at the end of the day, you don't want to go through with it, that's fine, but at least take a look at it. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, other people in your life, you've got the Ace of Wands upright. And with the Ace of Wands, this is all about an offer, an initiation, some kind of invitation coming your way to join forces with some kind of plan, group, or initiative that is about to strike gold. With the Ace of Wands, this could be coming through somebody in your social life, coming through a relative or a family member. This could even be some kind of boost or gift coming to you that is helping you to turn something small into something very, very big. You may also find that the Ace of Wands is going to be taking something that you didn't think was realistic or something that you could really get down to work on right now and giving you the tools to finally get down to work with it. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the High Priestess upright. Pay attention to your own counsel and also allow yourself to receive help from others. The High Priestess can often show up where we need to pay attention to where helpful third parties that may not be doing things our way are still doing things for us. Remember, the High Priestess isn't a part of the mainstream. The High Priestess, it's the wise woman, it's the wise man, it's the witch, it's the cunning man, it's the wizard. It's the soul, it's the person who is outside of the comfort zone of the mainstream and outside of the all of that. And with the High Priestess, you may be getting this assistance from this person. They may be the one hooking you up with the Ace of Wands. They may be the one hooking you up with the Fool card reversed, and that's just kind of making you kind of uncomfortable because it is taking you out of your comfort zone. Allow yourself to be helped when you can be helped. When it comes to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, You've got the Emperor upright. And this week, you may be finding that there is a very powerful shift going on in a partner or a partner's character. The Emperor is indicating some kind of big boost to their own power, their own influence. You may be finding out about a partner hitting a lucky break in their life outside of the relationship, or you may be finding out about some kind of big win for them that does translate to a big win for you and, the whole marriage and the family. The Emperor is also indicating you and a partner may be benefiting from some kind of big shift happening in your world because of a call an authority figure is making. Whether this is an authority figure in your family, their family, or an authority figure in one or both of your lives that is basically changing the landscape for you. When it comes to those of you who are coupled, I'm sorry, I just did coupled. For those of you who are single or are available to new people, you've got the, opportunity to connect with somebody who has really gotten themselves established in a world that you are trying to build for yourself. The Emperor can indicate somebody who is not only highly successful, but highly respected, very socially responsible, and somebody who is definitely here for their people, right? This is somebody who knows how to take care of everybody. This is also going to be somebody who is, like I said, accomplished in something that you are trying to accomplish for yourself. And so not only will you be lifting each other up, you may be at the beginnings of a power couple in the making. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot forecast for the week starting May 28th, 2023. And this week, your big spiritual theme, your big focus is the Ten of Cups upright, which is all about happily ever afters to many stories, all going on this week. The Ten of Cups is all about wrapping up a lot of long-standing journeys, projects, and phases of your life with the happiest endings and the happiest results possible, and laying the groundwork for much more harmonious, peaceful, and abundant beginnings. You may be finding that there is this sort of theme of fresh starts and wrap-ups kind of overlapping a lot this week, but remember, happily ever after is happily ever after. Sometimes this card can be a bit bewildering, though, because there may be some things that are wrapping up or coming to a close that have been maybe so constant in your life you can't think of life without it. Maybe it's become identity defining. Push through and embrace the good that's coming to you. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you've got the Ace of Pentacles upright. And it looks like a very promising new source of revenue or material security is put on the table here. The Ace of Pentacles is all about getting started with a new long-term financial or professional commitment that is going to be a gift that keeps on giving. Now, this could be tacking on to something that you already have going on, or this could be a new job, a new role, or maybe some kind of new service that is already showing its worth. This can also be a great time for those of you who are looking to maybe move or establish yourself in a much more secure and harmonious structure as far as a family or living situation is concerned. But all in all, we're just seeing nothing but good cards, as well as this new sense of enforced peace, enforced harmony, enforced balance, and enforced abundance for you. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Six of Pentacles reversed. And the Six of Pentacles reversed is indicating that there may be some news coming in from a friend or a relative that they have cut something off, cut somebody off, or released something from their world. And this could be something that shows up as a bit of a surprise. This could be a situation where them cutting this person or this situation out of their life is making room for something else, making room for more time with the family, more time with friends, more time for a project or a pursuit or a connection with you. But with the Six of Pentacles reversed, it's important to keep in mind that while that situation is over, the debris of that situation is not gone yet. So make sure that you are not rushing the process this person is going through. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the Ten of Swords reversed. taking the outs that you're getting, taking the opportunities to leave situations and escape. The Ten of Swords reversed is all about escapes, dodging a bullet, lucky breaks in bad situations. And with the Ten of Swords reversed as a challenge, we have to pay attention to where we are getting opportunities to leave something that's only going to get worse if we stay. That can be hard, right? If it's something that has been long-term or identity defining or we're overly attached. So we have to take responsibility for detaching. But with the Ten of Swords reversed, take the breaks that are coming your way. When it comes to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the King of Wands reversed. Relationships might be a bit of a handful this week. The King of Wands reversed can often show up where partners or maybe partner potentials might be going into sort of a Peter Pan kind of way. There seems to be sort of a break in maturity going on here. And it can be fun, it can be cute in the beginning, but it's definitely also a sign that there may be something going on internally with a partner not being happy with maybe where they've ended up. Whether it's where they've ended up in life, how something has maybe turned out, how they feel about what they've become. And so they're kind of going through a week-long, crisis. And with the King of Wands reversed, them going back and picking up pieces of an older self is good. But I also think that there could be a lot of flaky behavior, a lot of maybe disorganized behavior here. And so we want to make sure that things are kept in proportion, making sure that they're not flying off the handle and making sure you're not flying off the handle and, getting too weird yourself. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot forecast for the week starting May 28th. And this week you've got the Queen of Swords upright for your big spiritual theme. And this is a week where it's time to crack the whip, and the whip will be getting cracked all over the place. With the Queen of Swords upright, this is the time where a lot of bullshit is starting to get purged and eliminated from our world. Whether it's by us, the powers that be, friends and allies, everything seems to be coming in and saying, no, this isn't allowed to stay anymore. We're going to kick it out. We're going to abandon it. We're going to purge it. It doesn't matter. We're going to mandate function, function, function. With the Queen of Swords, you may be finding that this is a week where a lot of problems that you've been trying to solve in the gentlest way possible are getting solved in much harsher ways, but they're the only ways they could get solved. This is also a time where you may be getting a lot of backup coming to you, a lot of very positive, helpful attention from other people, but they are not afraid of just telling you the truth instead of just bludgeoning you with watered down affirmations. And sometimes those truths can hurt, but I'd rather have medicine that works than sugar water. The Queen of Swords upright can also indicate a situation where it's possible you may have to be the one to make some calls that hurt other people as well in the highest interest of all concerned. Just make sure you're doing it responsibly, and remember, we are all responsible for maintaining a sense of proportion. When it comes to material circumstances, work, job, finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you've got the Judgment card reversed. And it looks like something is getting quit, something is getting dropped, getting abandoned. This may be something that you are doing yourself. Because sometimes the Judgment card reversed can indicate us walking away from a certain role in order to take on something else, or maybe taking a step back from a project, or maybe a certain family arrangement. We could be dropping a story or deciding not to follow through with something because it is no longer serving us. However, with the Judgment card reversed, this can also indicate situations where something else might be getting quit or getting pulled apart or dropped as well. And it may be something that you can live with, but it may be an unpleasant adjustment as we go on with living with it or living without it. When it comes to community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Moon upright. And this week, you may be getting a chance to see something from a different angle as it relates to either a person or maybe a situation in another household, a friend, a teammate, or an ally's life. You may be finding out that somebody has been withholding information from you. I'm not seeing that this is something that is bad, like ill-intended towards you. You know, you might be finding out that a friend, an ally, or a relative is covering for a bad situation in their life, and now you're kind of seeing things in a new light. You're finding out where secrets have been getting kept. You're finding out what's been going on behind closed doors. This may prompt you to take action on behalf of your loved one, or this may prompt you to do an intervention with your loved one. However, you want to make sure that you have enough information first before you make any decisions. You aren't going to have everything you're going to need to do this right out the gate. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the Hierophant reversed. This is a week where a lot of things that have been considered the status quo and normal in your life are going away. And this can be a very good thing, right? Maybe you're happy to see certain status quos disappear. I'd love that. But it might, again, make for a very difficult adjustment. The Hierophant reverse can indicate as well, while things might be going well for you, there may be issues going on with other people who depended on that status quo. And you are going to have to find a way to navigate a bit of the, the crumbling with those people, or at least for your own sake, while they do what they're going to do. The Hierophant card reverse can also indicate you may need to check and look and see what's going on with your own sense of ethics, your own morals, your own code, or your own rules for life this week. Because you may be finding out that something you've been conditioned is a moral, may be working against you, and you might have to decondition yourself. When it comes to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Three of Swords upright. And this week, there is going to be a theme of, heartache and suffering going on in the love world. The Three of Swords does show up when heartbreaking decisions, heartbreaking choices, or heartbreaking circumstances do put us or our partner to be in a really low place. And a lot of the times with the Three of Swords, it comes up with a feeling of loss, abandonment, or betrayal. Now, this could be a situation where you and a partner may have to make a heartbreaking decision, or there may be something going on where a partner is being betrayed or abandoned, or has had some kind of heartbreaking situation befall them, or there could be something like that going on with you. Either way, with the Three of Swords upright, this is something that needs to be treated with the seriousness that it has, no more, no less. But with the Three of Swords, whatever this is, and I feel like it's something that's kind of been always in the background, is coming to a head. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot forecast for the week starting May 28th. And this week, your big spiritual theme or your big focus is the Hermit card reversed. And so be prepared. This week is going to have a huge theme of discoveries, things coming out of the woodwork, things that have once been maybe passed over, obscured, overlooked, unseen, all coming into the foreground, coming into the light. This could be you, something that you've got going on, something that has not been maybe getting attention, something that's not necessarily been even getting your attention that could use your attention, or matters that have been going on in secret, things that have been, again, flying under the radar in not the good way, as well as also bringing things to light that could be extremely auspicious for you and all involved. The Hermit card reversed is the card where we get discovered or seen or noticed where we need to be seen or noticed, whether it's old opportunities or maybe suddenly a newfound appreciation for you and what you bring to the table, or something that you're working on going through a powerful boost that will have a big collateral effect on the rest of your world. Make sure that you are available. Make sure you are prepared to socially engage, and make sure that you are also in a space where getting discovered and having things that have gone unnoticed be noticed is something that you can support and participate in, because this is going to present a series of victories for you and all involved. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you've got the Three of Wands upright, which is all about a major turnaround or a major development in something that you have already put out there, something that you are trying to get the show on the road with. Now, this could be an application, this could be something that you're hunting for, something that you're searching for, or maybe even something that was slowed up or held up once upon a time. The Three of Wands proverbially is the message of your ships coming in, getting the responses, the engagement, and the interest that you're looking for. This can also be a time where you may be finding that somebody that you are in contact with, or somebody who is approaching you as an ally, as somebody who is supporting you, is also achieving some kind of major win, or finding something that you've been looking for and delivering it to you, hooking you up. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, other people in your life, you've got the Temperance card reversed. And while things are going very, very well for you, you may be hearing about something going on in another corner of your community, outside of your personal bubble. This could be with friends, relatives, allies, other people in your life, right? And there could be some kind of union or connection or group that is kind of coming apart. You may be hearing about something going on where a relationship, is coming apart, right? Maybe a couple that could be falling on hard times or is getting ready for a split. A project is dividing and people are going in their separate ways. Or there may be some kind of family issue that we need to be ready to, take a look at and see what's going on there. Now, the Temperance card reverse is indicating that this is probably something that was a while coming. Incompatible people or incompatible needs trying to force themselves to occupy the same space or go the same direction never works. And I feel like you may be finding out that these friends or these relatives, this other couple, this other situation, this other project is probably something that has been starting to happen or has been going on in a low-key way for some time, but now it's finally all bubbled up to the surface. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Be careful this week, Libra. While this is going to be a time of a lot of advancement for you, you're going to have to keep up when it comes to your skills, your intelligence, your knowledge, your education, and your ability. The Eight of Pentacles reversed can warn against missing details, missing information, things not going well because we might not be at the level we need to be to live the advancement or the work that we are looking to do or take on, or maybe take care of some kind of prize, win, or abundance that is coming our way. We can always turn it right side up, but we definitely don't want to just receive and be who we were before this week began, because it's going to be a time to pay attention to where we need to, take a step further and go, what do I need to learn? Where do I need to bone up on my skills, my education, and what details, what gaps in my knowledge do I need to fill? When it comes to relationships, with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Three of Cups upright. And this is going to be a week where a lot of adventure, a lot of pleasure, a lot of fun times seem to be in store for all relationship situations. If you're single or available to new people, the Three of Cups upright is indicating that you may be finding that an opportunity to explore a relationship or even get the show on the road with a relationship opportunity is coming through a friendship circle that you are a part of. Maybe a friend is connecting you, matchmaking you, or putting you in the right place at the right time, or we might be exploring a chemistry with a friend. And for those of you who are coupled or are married, this is going to be a time where both you and your partner are going to get a chance to live it up, right? Let your hair down. Get out there and socialize. Go on adventures. You may be finding a stronger support system for the relationship, for the marriage, for the family is forming around you, right? Because even if we're a couple, we do need friends. We need a platonic support system. We don't want to do the us against the world thing if we are trying to have more than just us. And so this is going to be a week where all of that is congregating around you. And you may be finding that a friend or an ally of you or your partners or the relationship in general is also going to be helping to shake things up in a very good way. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot forecast for the week starting May 28th. And this week, your big spiritual theme, your big focus is the Eight of Cups, reversed, which is all about return journeys. It's all about things coming back after a time of distance or a time of absence. And even you yourself returning to familiar places, familiar faces, old opportunities, or maybe even having a few reunions. Throughout the course of this week, you are going to be finding that things that maybe you had once walked away from of your own volition, or maybe as a pragmatic compromise, or something that you felt you had to do for another circumstance, well, now you get a chance to have your cake and eat it too. You did that, and now you can go and have this other thing back. Sometimes the Eight of Cups reverse can indicate a return of things that we never should have lost, or things that maybe we regret walking away from for someone or something else's sake. And now we get to put everything back where it belongs. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you've got the Six of Wands upright. And with the Six of Wands upright, this spells a victory for you, a big win, especially when it comes to anything that is going to be boosting your status, your profile, your reputation, or even your sense of fame and influence in your work, your field, maybe even with a financial or personal project, certainly anything going on at the office or with your business. With the Six of Wands, you may be finding that you are getting elevated in the eyes of others in such a way where it will spell a formal or maybe informal promotion with material benefits, with material gains that will be coming quite quickly. You may also find that there is some kind of victory or triumph you are going to get to celebrate with regards to some kind of difficult debate or battle that you have been engaged in over a professional, financial, property, or family matter. But it looks like, again, the victory is yours to celebrate. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Eight of Swords reversed. And you're going to be getting some good news about a friend or a relative or somebody that you care about finally leaving a situation that has been oppressive to them, subjugating to them, or keeping them bunched up, bound, or trapped, right? The Eight of Swords reversed is all about the elimination of bindings, freedom of movement. And this could be something that you didn't know how to help this friend out of. Well, the good news is they somehow also find a way to get out of it. With the Eight of Swords reversed, they could be leaving a toxic relationship, they could be leaving an oppressive work situation, or they could be abandoning some kind of burden or debt or obligation that has been weighing down or wearing down their quality of life, or maybe even coming between you and them. And this is going to allow you to shorten the distance between you and this person you care about. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the Death card upright. Letting things end. Letting things go away. The Death card as a challenge is ultimately saying that a lot of endings that you may have seen coming, right? Things that Because the death card's never a surprise. It's not like, oh my god, I can't believe what happened. If that's happening with the death card upright, someone is not paying attention, they're not looking at the signals, or they're in some kind of mental or emotional tunnel vision. There are always signs with the death card upright, and there may be some endings that you have seen a long time coming, big moves, transitions, even things in your favor that still might bother you a little bit. Maybe you are feeling a guilty conscience. Maybe you are nervous. Maybe you're just getting a bit of stage fright. Or maybe there is just anxiety over the loss of something very familiar, whether you were done with it or not. The death card as a challenge is indicating not taking too long to let transitions finalize. Don't drag things out, right? It's always more painful to pull off a bandage one hair at a time than to just rip it off. When it comes to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Ten of Wands upright. And this week, it looks like relationships might be a little bit challenged, at least for space and time. I'm feeling like there may be something going on either with you or a partner that is just sort of making it impossible to get any downtime with each other, whether you are coupled or married, or maybe there is somebody new in your life or somebody new coming into your life. The Ten of Wands can indicate a win, but it is extremely high maintenance, it's extremely time consuming, and it may be something going on in a partner's world or in your world that is saying, I just can't seem to make time for some us time. And so you're going to want to make sure that if you do want that you and a partner are able to organize and compartmentalize. Maybe the Six of Wands victory is going to take over your week. Maybe your partner is going through a big win or a big development that's going to take over their week. And the same thing can apply to partners to be or single Scorpios. And so make sure that, if that is an undesired or unacceptable arrangement, then you guys have got to get down to business, but also don't be impractical or throw away good victories just so you can have a lovey-dovey week. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot forecast for the week starting May 28th. And this week, your big spiritual theme, your big focus is the Knight of Swords upright, which is all about rushing forward, fast progress, enforced progress, and enforced evolution, enforced advancement, especially in situations where you have been forced to go too slow on the account of other people or on the account of certain circumstances that maybe could not move very quickly, or maybe you were forced to slow down because situations in your life or in your environment couldn't keep up. Things were disorganized, people were not really doing their due diligence, or they weren't educated, or whatever. It doesn't matter. The Knight of Swords is all about you getting a chance to finally push forward with your desires and your agenda unencumbered. There may also be some help coming your way with this as well. The Knight of Swords can indicate brilliant collaborators, ones that you know, or maybe even new ones, or both, a smattering of each, all showing up with the same imperative. And you want to make sure, though, this week with the Knight of Swords, that because this is about speed and enforced progress, that you are able to stay that course and keep up the paces that are being set, because we are kind of taking you out of a normal routine as we do this as well. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you've got the Devil upright. And this week you are going to be coming face to face with some kind of hostile attachment or unhealthy attachment, or maybe even hostile influence in the workplace, in your family life, or maybe something relating to a financial matter. The Devil is something that is already made itself known as a problem for you, and they've maybe even created problems for you or a family member you care about, a project, or a work group that you're a part of in the past. A lot of the times the Devil can indicate a situation where somebody who is fixated or or overly attached to something is trying to constantly push or hold that agenda. They might be fixated on something turning out a certain way. They may be dependent on you in some way, or they may have become dependent on other people to be better than them so they can look good. This can also show up where somebody may be draining, oppressing, or manipulating something or somebody that we care about. And with the Knight of Swords, you are going to get a chance to conquer the devil, their influence, present and past, but you've got to be willing to actually go and challenge them, right? This is a boss battle, and you've got to be willing to have it. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Seven of Pentacles upright. And you're going to be getting some really good news through a contact this week, a friend, relative, again, an ally, about something that they have uncovered or something that they have created or built that is going to be setting them and you up for some kind of big win down the road. Now, the Seven of Pentacles does indicate that this needs some time to develop. It needs some time to grow. It's not something that we can just go and run out and harvest right away, so don't be impatient. But this is something that is going to change the direction a certain project or relationship or maybe path you both share is going down in a much better way, especially as we go into probably a few months from now, August, September. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the Five of Swords reversed. This week, Sagittarius, it's all about peacemaking, righting wrongs, triumphing over dysfunctional, unbalanced, or dysregulated situations, triumphing over unstable or volatile people, and setting things right that were once wronged by that kind of behavior. And this could be a challenge in a lot of different ways because you are coming out a victor in a lot of situations, but you may be forced to call out and undo situations that either you helped co-create, right? Maybe once upon a time you wanted to take care of the devil because you felt bad for that coworker or that family member or that situation. Maybe you were an accomplice, or maybe with the Five of Swords reversed, you weren't any of those things, but you've got to now no longer turn a blind eye. This is about bringing things to a place where things are fair, transparent, open, and again, peaceful, and ending conflicts that maybe, other people are not ready to end, and also undoing broken or unfair situations that other people are content with. When it comes to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Two of Swords reversed. And this spells commitment and new eras of commitment for all the Sagittarius people. Because the Two of Swords reversed is all about advancing to a situation where we are committing to a new long-term road. And for those of you who are single or are available to new people, or maybe you've been seeing somebody recently, this is a time where we are getting a chance to finally crystallize a chemistry or a connection. If you desire to go exclusive with this person, that is likely going to be a development that starts getting underway this week. The Two of Swords reverse can also indicate those of you who've been playing the field or weighing your options may decide on an option this week or have that decision made for you. And for those of you who are coupled or are married, this is about you and a partner committing to some kind of road or path that you have not allowed yourselves to indulge because you have been keeping something in consideration that maybe has been oppressing or tying up your time and energy for other reasons, right? Thinking too much about other people, other households, other matters. We don't have to worry about that anymore. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot forecast for the week starting May 28th. And this week, your big spiritual theme or your big focus is the Nine of Swords upright, which is all about facing our fears, facing anxieties, overcoming insecurities, but also at the same time detangling ourselves from situations that continue to put us in spaces of anxiety or a paralysis by fear. A lot of the times the Nine of Swords shows up in this position, you are going to be put to the test. Maybe you just have to. And this is something that you are going to be put to the test to see if you will allow certain unhealthy, unhappy, or anxiety-ridden situations to continue. You may have to be ready to push through some kind of fear or anxiety in order to cross an important threshold in your life for your own good and those around you. And throughout the course of this week, you want to make sure that you just keep one thing in mind. Don't make life about pain avoidance, pain suppression, and fear avoidance and fear repression, right? That's not the way this is supposed to work. And you need to be able to push through. Okay? That's all. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you've got the Two of Pentacles reversed. And so it does look like you're taking the plunge this week with some kind of really cool new professional or financial commitment that is going to help you simplify your world. This is all about downsizing the time that you spend either working or expending energy while also being able to make it the same, if not more, money in order to bring in a new sense of abundance, comfort, and security. The Two of Pentacles reversed is indicating that this could be because you are deciding to take the plunge with a new job, take the plunge with maybe a new role or some kind of project, or maybe even drop or abandon something that you have been continuing to juggle, continuing to hold on, that you know is still holding you in an old space or an old chapter in your life. With the Two of Pentacles reversed, things are easier, simpler, more relaxed, less stressed out, so long as we know not to keep holding on to everything and hoarding everything. Whatever you are doing to take this plunge and drop this extra ball will be good for you. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Ace of Swords upright, and there's going to be some really good news coming your way through an important ally who is helping you to secure some kind of win or victory or even open a road for you. When I'm teaching people about tarot, I refer to this as the green light card. Now, this could be somebody who is opening a road or opening a door for you in order for you to move through that door, or this could be a friend or a relative that is giving you a very important heads up about some kind of prize or win you can claim, or somebody who is already doing a lot of the work that normally you would have to do yourself in order to make sure that you are able to get set up with a better quality of life with regards to something that maybe you have been trying to solve or reorganize for yourself. So show gratitude by going through with it. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the Justice card upright. Now, justice as a challenge is kind of interesting because it's all about reportioning things in our world back to where they belong. And sometimes justice can ask us to start being more fair or enforce fairness where we have not enforced fairness before. And sometimes with the Justice card upright, we have to see where is it we have let certain things like attachments, familiarity, biases, or any kind of relatability make us give too much credit or give too many opportunities or too many chances to the wrong people or to the wrong situations. And where a lack of familiarity or a lack of relatability or a lack of comfort puts us in a position where we are unfair with things that actually deserve it. It can force us to introspect, especially juxtaposed to that Nine of Swords upright. You may have learned how to be nicer to things that are bad for you in certain areas of your world and harsher on things that are good for you, right? That can happen, especially, when it comes to just being sort of trained to do that by other people. And you are going to need to be able to enforce fairness, credit where credit is due, merit where merit is due. And even if that means correcting your own mistakes and pissing some other people off, might be something that is your challenge to take up. When it comes to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you have the Empress upright. This week, love and romance is just in a beautiful way. It's becoming paradise throughout the course of this week because the Empress is all about a big atmospheric or environmental transformation that is allowing us to sort of enjoy the finer things in life, material as well as immaterial. With the Empress, there is some kind of new expansion on a plan or a living situation or an element of our relationship that is setting us up to even rise into a higher sense of class and achievement. You may be finding that this is something that you and a partner are doing together, or maybe some big financial news going on in your space with your world or their world or the home environment. You may also find that with the Empress card upright, there may be something growing or getting harvested this week that is also setting you and a partner or a partnership up to live on easy street. And for those of you who are single or are available to new people, the Empress is indicating that new love may be coming very, very close to home. It may actually be somebody in the neighborhood or somebody in the neighborhood where you work or the gym you go to or somebody that is, that will be connected to something that's a part of your roots or has a very similar kind of feel to maybe something about your old roots or your old life that you are getting a chance to connect to. This is also a time where some of you may be finding that with the Empress, a new person could be coming in with all of these goodies or opportunities to help each of you, again, ascend to a higher quality of life together. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you can go ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot forecast for the week starting May 28th. And this week, your big spiritual theme or your big focus is the Queen of Wands upright. And it looks like you are going to be going through a bit of a celebrity type of experience, or something that you care about is going through its 15 minutes of fame this week in a way that starts to have some very powerful ripple effects on what you've got going on in the rest of your world. The Queen of Wands in this position always shows up when a new element, a new influence, or maybe a new development is putting us in the fast lane when it comes to growing or maybe expanding on a project or a corner of our world to make it all the more successful, all the more influential, and all the more impactful. And this could be something that is making a new name for you, or something that you care about, or something that is promoting you in some fashion. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you've got the Nine of Wands reversed. And this is a week where you may be finding out about something that was once blocked off to you is getting opened up. Something is coming out of hiding. It's getting revealed. This can sometimes show up where we might be privy to some information that we were not allowed to have in the past, or there may be some kind of opportunity that we get a chance to finally seize, even though it was closed off before. The Nine of Wands reversed, locked doors can now be opened, whether it's a new job, an expansion of personal territory, or maybe some kind of new avenue of funds or revenue flowing towards yourself. However, with the Nine of Wands reversed, I will say that sometimes this is a very shaky situation and it might not be totally ready to come out of the oven. And so you're going to want to proceed with caution, with care, and maturity, but this could be something that is a big win for you nonetheless. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Four of Cups upright. And it looks like there may not necessarily be a whole lot of engagement going on with friends or with relatives if we don't go out of our way to make it happen. And there may also be some frustration or irritation coming up with somebody that you know, a friend or a relative that has maybe become a stick in the mud, a dark cloud in the room that is not helping themselves out of a situation that they are more than capable of taking care of themselves. Some of you may be taking this space on purpose because you just don't need to be the dumping ground for this person's, spiritual or psychological or emotional disarray or gloom. Or some of you may be deciding that being tied to this person or this situation is what's been keeping you trapped in a bubble, and you're taking some space. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the World card upright. This is not a bad challenge. If anything, there really isn't a challenge for you going on day to day. The World card is all about success, level ups, culminations, graduations, moving on to a new cycle in life. If there is a challenge at all, it can be, letting it happen. Sometimes we need to be ready to allow our world to change and stop trying to polish what we've gotten used to. There's only so much reality we can have at one time. And no, it's not like life, the universe, all of it isn't here to just sort of raise the vibrations of the bad so that it passes for good, right? It's not a bless this shit kind of moment. It's about you getting a chance to graduate, move onward and upward. And if there is a challenge in the World card upright, it's let that happen to you. When it comes to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Page of Pentacles reversed. And this week, there may be the dropping or abandoning of some kind of plan or course or agenda that you've been trying to work through with a romantic partner, something that you've been doing together with regards to your household or with regards to your family or something for the future. And with the Page of Pentacles reversed, a lot of that can kind of show up where it's like, all right, we were maybe trying to cobble this together with the wrong tools. We were going about it the wrong way. We were taking the wrong approach. And we might have to take it back to the drawing board or just scrap it and go with something else. The good news is that with the Page of Pentacles reversed, we are accepting a superior substitution. So there is still a silver lining here. For those of you who are single or available to new people, you may need to take a relationship situation or a new relationship opportunity back to the drawing board. We might be starting over with somebody because something's come down the wrong road, it was started the wrong way, or taken with the wrong approaches. Or for some of you, it may be that you are deciding to maybe open up to look at other people for a little bit and see what else is out there before you make up your mind about where you've been. But with the Page of Pentacles reversed, nonetheless, we are going to have to do a bit of a rerouting as far as our strategies when it comes to love. And once we do, things seem to be going very well with that World card and that Queen of Wands, whatever you decide to do. But reroute. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot forecast for the week starting May 28th. Your big spiritual theme or your big focus is the Two of Cups upright. So it's all about partnerships this week. It's all about communion. It's all about collaboration. It's all about closeness and commitment. And throughout the course of this week, you are going to be finding that a lot of partnerships, both known and maybe new, are going to be going through a lot of evolutions. The Two of Cups is all about putting partnerships, collaborations, and unions of all kinds together to produce something that is greater than just the partnership itself. And you may be finding that this is also a time, if you have been looking for partnerships or alliances or collaborations to start hitting some serious pay dirt or get their shows on the road, this is the week where that is also going to be coming around and coming about. And a lot of tentative commitments and tentative discussions about commitments themselves are also going to be finally getting themselves understood and established and set so that we can get beyond just discussions. When it comes to material circumstances, work, job, finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you've got the Two of Wands upright. And it looks like some kind of very important contract, pact, promise, or agreement is going to be set in stone this week between you and another. This could be something going on with work, a personal pursuit, a work situation that may have to do with a coworker, a teammate, a business partner, a financial arrangement, or something relating to your home. But with the Two of Wands upright, we are setting a new long-term agreement or long-term commitment here as well. The Two of Wands is a commitment card just like the Two of Cups. And this may be something where a win-win alliance or a very important alliance or partnership or collaboration is finally starting to break ground, or breaking ground with a very important project or pursuit, setting you and everyone involved in this situation up very, very pretty when it comes to the back half of 2023, getting to be very lucrative, very affluent, very comfortable, and very prestigious. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Four of Pentacles upright. And I'm feeling like you may be shutting somebody out this week. I'm looking at you deciding what you are going to protect that is precious from maybe an influence or a presence that has maybe been a distraction, an obstruction, or a liability. You may be doing this on behalf of yourself or an important ally, or you may be doing this because you've just kind of been fed up. You've had enough with whatever they are doing. Sometimes this can be a difficult or complicated situation to navigate, especially if you are going to bench somebody that maybe you have allowed to occupy space for some time, or you are deciding to demote somebody in your social life, or you are deciding to take some serious space for an indeterminate amount of time. But with the Four of Pentacles, it is all about preservation and protection of something that is very valuable to you. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the Five of Cups reversed, which is all about allowing yourself to retrieve something that you once thought lost forever. This can sometimes show up where something that we had taken away from us, something that we had to give up, something that we thought we lost, or something that we chose to release at the time for whatever reason, is now coming back into our world. And it is something that we miss, or it's something that we desire, or it's something that we still have a lot of love for. If that is a challenge, it may be because we are afraid of the same loss or the same struggle or the same heartache happening again, or the same disappointment, or we may be feeling like we don't know how to work it in to how things have developed in our lives since. Deal with that later. Pay attention to where retrievals, recoveries, and even restorations are in order for you. When it comes to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Knight of Wands upright. And love and romance is going into a very active and industrious space this week. In fact, the Knight of Wands is all about hitting a new prosperous stride, as well as a lot of excitement and a lot of pleasures finally getting to be indulged. A lot of fantasies also getting indulged, explored, and fulfilled. Now, for a lot of you Piscean people who are single or available, you may find that this is somebody who is approaching you. A lot of the times, the Knight of Wands is the one who does the reaching out. And this may also be a time where a new person or somebody you've been seeing but you're not official, right? Somebody that you are connected to but it's not really established yet, could also be producing some kind of project, proposition, or adventure to go on if you would like to go on with them. For those of you who are coupled or are married, this is going to be a time where both you and a partner are getting a chance to finally indulge or explore an ambition, or maybe several ambitions that have been blocked for us to explore for whatever reason, right? Finally getting to go ahead with that pursuit or that plan or that project, or finally getting a chance to go over here, finally getting a chance to break the mold with this situation, or finally getting a chance to have one's cake and eat it too. And this could be a gift that is coming to the partnership through a friend or an ally of the partnership, or this could just be because of developments happening for both you and your partner within and outside of the household, right? Things going on in your life outside the relationship, their life outside the relationship, and things going on within. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.